News 18, I'm Ridhima Bhatnagar, getting you all the top stories over the next 60 minutes. But we're beginning this broadcast with the latest as far as that horrific hit-and-run case that has shocked not just people in the national capital, but across the country as well. There are many twists and turns that are now taking place. Remember, it's not just what happened as far as a lack of vigil from the Delhi police, but also the presence of Nidhi, who's Anjali's friend. There are many discrepancies that have now come to light in what is being claimed by Nidhi and what the family is claiming, and also the multiple CCTV footages that continue to emerge. The police version of the story is now out on discrepancies as well. After the CCTV shows the women leaving the hotel at 1:32 a.m., police says the hotel DVR time is 15 minutes slow. That's one. The second is the CCTV post the accident shows a timestamp of approximately anywhere between 2:04 to 2:05. The police saying the accident took place between 2 a.m. to 2:10 a.m. Then there is another footage which shows Nidhi, who is Anjali's friend, reaching her own residence at 1:36 a.m. Now, how is that possible if the accident took place after 2 a.m.? Now, police are also now saying that they're checking as far as the timestamp of this particular CCTV footage is concerned. So, as I said, many developments that are taking place as far as the hit and run case in the national capital is concerned. We here at CNN News 18, we've also now accessed the autopsy report of the victim Anjali, which in fact states that her brain matter was missing. She suffered multiple injuries due to being dragged by the car. Remember, the body was dragged anywhere between 10 to 12 kilometers. Now, as I said, now we've also figured out that Anjali wasn't alone. She did have her friend Nidhi with her as well, who becomes a very crucial eyewitness to this horrific case. Now, after Anjali's friend Nidhi claimed that Anjali was drunk that night, a contradiction has been now made by Anjali's family. We've heard from the family doctor saying no alcohol samples found on Anjali's body. Now, there's another CCTV footage from the night of accident that has also emerged, in which Anjali's friend Nidhi can be seen outside her residence. And this is the particular timestamp that the police is now checking, because if you look at that particular CCTV footage closely, the timestamp of Nidhi reaching her own residence is 1:36 a.m. And if we are saying that the accident took place after 2 a.m., how is it possible that Nidhi reached her home at 1:36? And to this, the police is saying that they're checking the timestamp, they're checking the CCTV footage as well. On the political front, you had Delhi Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia, who visited the victim's house, met the family members as well. Manish Sisodia has assured that the Delhi government will provide every possible help to them. But as I said, multiple discrepancies now coming to light as far as what really happened that night. So what we know so far is that the scooty on which Anjali and Nidhi were, they had a collision with the Baleno car, and then the body was dragged for 10 to 12 kilometers. The first lapse is that there were no police officials on that entire path. So how do you believe that a body was dragged in the national capital for 10 to 12 kilometers with no vigil presence? And this was the New Year's time. There was an expectations that there will be increased vigil. So no police officials on the ground. Then there is a delay in the time the PCR call is made and the first action is taken. Multiple eyewitnesses now saying that they made multiple calls to police officials, but there was a delay. Multiple CCTV footages also now coming to light. We've accessed multiple CCTV footages of the hotel where Nidhi and Anjali were seen. They were seen having an altercation, but then eventually leaving together on their scooty, and then they had that unfortunate accident with the Baleno car. But first, let's talk about the discrepancies of what the police is saying as far as the various CCTV footages are concerned. Let me bring in my colleague Anvit, who in fact has been tracking all these developments for us. Anvit, there are multiple twists and turns that are now taking place. I want to first begin by understanding the first CCTV footage that we are talking about, which is of Nidhi returning to her residence at about 1:36 a.m. Till now, we were understanding that the accident took place anywhere between 2 to 2:05 a.m. How is it possible then that Nidhi reaches her residence at 1:36?
See, there are certain discrepancies as far as the CCTV footage, the timing that it reflects and the time that the police have stated. We have questioned Delhi police senior officials who are privy to the investigation in this entire case, and what they have come, for saying that is that basically the footage in which these two women are seen leaving the hotel, the police says that it actual time that the CCTV footage reflects is 1:32 a.m. However, senior officials are claiming that the hotel DVR from which that clip has been taken, which did rounds on social media, that is actually 15 minutes slow. So the DVR time is 15 minutes slow, and that is why there is a discrepancy in this particular clip. Other than that, the CCTV footage that shows the car moving, and from we can also clearly see the slippers coming out, which belong to Anjali, who was being dragged underneath the car. That footage is of 2:04 a.m. and the police are saying that the incident took place between 2 a.m. and 2:10 a.m. Therefore, that is the time. And the third footage in which Nidhi can be seen reaching home, the footage actually reflects the time of 1:36 a.m., which was the actual question. How can she reach home before the accident took place, when the police had been saying that she is the only witness in the case, and that she has gone on to give her statement saying that she was with the spot when the accident took place, and then she fled because she was petrified and shocked. So the police are claiming that that particular DVR from which that footage has gone viral is 50 minutes slow from the actual time. This is what the claims of Delhi police are. We have spoken to some senior officials who are investigating this matter, and they have said that this particular DVR is at least 50 minutes slower than the actual time. Also,
and with the other discrepancy also is what about the phone? Now, when we heard from Nidhi for the first time yesterday, when she spoke to media person, she spoke to us here at News 18 as well, she said that her phone was broken. Another CCTV footage has emerged in which Nidhi can be seen with a phone. What is the clarity on that? Was it a broken phone? Was it an intact phone? What do we know so far?
See, her phone had broken. She had also said this while speaking to News 18 India yesterday. But we are not sure whether the phone that she is looking at is a broken phone or is a phone that is in one piece, or a phone in a working condition. So that is something that the police is yet to come out on record and mention it. But see, discrepancies in the CCTV footage is something that was questionable. But police are now saying that both these DVRs that show Nidhi reaching home, as well as the one that shows from the hotel that shows these two women leaving the hotel on a single scooter, that also they are saying that the time is difference is there. So that is one thing that is to be looked at, whether both these timings do actually differ, or this is or whether or not this Nidhi's statement can be relied upon, because that is what the police are making basis in this entire case. They are heavily relying on her statement.
Right. And with the other discrepancy also is the claims that were again made by Nidhi as far as that Anjali was drunk. She was in an inebriated state. Now, the family doctor has contradicted, saying that no samples of alcohol were found.
Exactly. See, because police claim that they have asked the doctors to preserve the viscera samples, and parts of intestine and stomach have been preserved as viscera samples, and once the report is out, that will confirm if this woman was drunk. But now what we have found, Ridhima, is that Nidhi too was drunk at that time, and when we have spoken to senior officials, they have said that this woman also had been consuming alcohol along with Anjali at the hotel. Now the question arises that the woman who was drunk, can his statement time to time be relied upon? The time by time that she has stated how the sequence of incidents, how the event unfolded, and what is the chain of events. Can that statement be relied upon? Because she is the only witness in this case, and when she says that Anjali was heavily drunk, she is somewhere or the other diluting the case against these 4 men who have been arrested. Also, when the police have that, they say that they have evidence of that Nidhi too was drinking along with Anjali, and Anjali was heavily drunk. There was possibility that Nidhi too was heavily drunk at that time. So can her statement be relied upon? That is one question that we need to raise here.
Oh, absolutely. Can Nidhi's version be trusted? That really is a larger question. Anwar, thanks a lot for getting us all those details. We're getting some other